Welcome, Scorpio. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, and I pulled for you for the second quarter, April, May, June of 2025 this year, the Ten of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles. And I felt compelled to pull them both. They came out together, but often I take the top card, and I couldn't leave the Ten of Swords as your general energy. It just didn't feel right. So starting with the Ten of Swords, you are experiencing a dramatic change. There are so many of your beliefs that are being tested, that you are measuring, that you are considering. So many actions as a result of those beliefs that are being inspired by you. You have long ago left behind the expectations of others to the extent possible, depending on your position in life, your status, but you have more thoroughly erected a new set of standards, beliefs, and practices of your own based on your principles, and they're very strong. This card is reading very differently than it also reads. I feel that your current principles are being rattled, are being measured, are being tested. And as a result of that testing, you are experiencing brand new possibilities, new lifestyle. I believe it is in the context of your community, however you define that. So through the difficulties that you're experiencing, both in your personal world, your social world, but in the larger global events that are changing the world, you are struggling to create something that will be sustainable, something that is a resource to others, a tool, something that can help others to gain a sense of stability and security within themselves, just as you are finding that security and clarity within yourself. And what you are finding you want to share, or you want to collaborate in a community that extols the same values that you do. This is a general reading, so it isn't going to resonate for all of you. If you're interested in a personal reading, information for that is in the description box below. And welcome to all of you. And I appreciate the time that you're taking with me today. So in April, we have the Seven of Cups, and I feel you are sort of testing out, trying. I wouldn't say you're flailing about, but I would say that you are bombarded with a lot of options, many of which you have called in to manifestation as an opportunity to build community and to explore the possibilities for some kind of righteous action on your part. This certainly can be about activism, but it can also be about your stabilizing your own core of illumination and of motivation moving forward. You want to feel like you're doing this for the right reasons in the right way. And that is one of the reasons why collaboration or working within your community or an organization, some kind of a group, is where you're finding like minds, like purpose, and you're able to brainstorm together around what feels the most supportive to you throughout a very difficult, stormy time. In May, the Page of Swords. Everybody's been getting this card, and at this point, I'm seeing you take notes, make observations. Perhaps you're doing a lot of reading. Perhaps you're doing a lot of listening or watching interviews, news shows, author studies, ways of learning about how others have coped during these times and the information necessary to make informed decisions. But what is underlying this is your openness to ideas, ways, strategies, tools by which you can gain a footing, move in a direction that feels beneficial to you and to others. So there's a kind of do no harm sense that I'm feeling from you at this time, and in part why you are taking your time, particularly in the month of May, despite the fact that our time has nothing to do with our spiritual development, or what is happening to us is not on a linear clock. However, I do feel by mid-spring, you're really making sure that this is, you're moving forward in a healthy and sustainable, uplifting way. In June, the King of Swords elevates this conversation, elevates the way that you're working with others in group, in community, to be forthright about the decisions that you're making as a group. So I do feel that there is a clear direction that you are leading towards, or that your group is, that you are facilitating among collaborators or group members, so that you are clear about the need for more information, always more information. Things are moving rapidly, and the amount of time and fundamental shifts that are occurring are minute by minute. And that's the feeling here, an urgency, the need to strike while the iron is hot. But you're also helping others to challenge their own limitations, the way that they perhaps are stuck in a box, or ways in which you can see your own blockages regarding options and possibilities that are not clear at this point. So I do see you either facilitating a conversation, or perhaps producing some kind of documentation or record, or narrativizing the events you're experiencing on behalf of the group. If this reading is resonating for you, Scorpio, please like this video. Please share this with others if you feel so moved to do so, and subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. And I pulled the Judgment card. I understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges. I do think that's one of the things that is keeping your role as a facilitator, possibly a leader, but certainly a thought leader, a thought partner, is the idea that your challenges, your desires, your goals are not the same as everyone's. However, you understand that there are some universal truths, and your ability, Scorpio, Pluto's your ruling sign, connecting you, anchoring you to the collective unconscious. You have an uncanny sense for the fundamental needs and desires of everyone, no matter what their unique paths or experiences have been. And so I do feel there's a kind of fine line. It might not be so fine, but a line you walk between understanding and supporting what your community, your collaborators, your world needs, and what is specific to individual spiritual growth, your own in particular. I do think you have an intuitive sense about the needs of people like you. And that is something that is transforming you, recognizing your own growth through a variety of experiences, crises, tornadoes, catastrophes that you've already been through. so that there is a way that you are very clear that you are a transformed person for a very transformational time. The Seven of Cups in April is clarified by the Emperor, another one of your cards, even though people assign it to Aries quite often. The Emperor is a Scorpio, okay? So that's what I see. And the Nine of Swords. And this kind of takes us back to the way that you're coping with change, not only change within yourself, but change in the world that you feel very prepared for. You feel very steeled up for. And in part, that's because you no longer try to control things that you can't. You understand that you're the only one you can control. Your environment, your world, but you are the author of your reality. And in so recognizing that, you have absolutely put a stop to suffering, to some kind of misery, some kind of abuse, some kind of betrayal that you have experienced in your life, some kind of trauma that you are absolutely identifying and isolating. It's hard many times to reject familial relations or intimate relationships that can be enmeshed in many of our early life traumas. And I think you are wiser than that. I don't feel like there was any intentional harm done to you. And I think you understand that, but you've always had to make your own way. You've always found it important to identify what is important to you, your own path. And I think in that way, April sees you in full command of the options available and the way that you have contained your trauma. And by containing it, that can mean that you found help specifically for it. There may be an important relationship that helps you work through this trauma. There may be an important passion, therapy, or a talent gift that helps you work through relieve the pressure of the trauma that you've experienced. In May, the Page of Swords is clarified by the Ten of Swords yet again, and the World card. Okay, this is lovely because there are at least 3 indications that this is ending. This sense of complete and utter spiritual and intellectual turmoil. You're very deeply identified with your thoughts. It is very clear to you that you must stand on principle. You must stand on evidence, on the research of your own experiences, your own reality. You have put a close to whatever mechanisms or relationships that were unable to recognize you as autonomous, independent, that have expectations of you that are independent of who you are. And you have closed that out. You've actually learned from a cycle of overcoming that. And by doing that, you actually recognize that recovery, that rehabilitation, that healing that you have been gifting to yourself for some time has prepared you for the world that you are preparing to step into. This is exciting. And in June, the King of Swords is clarified by the Four of Cups and the 10 of Jade. So this is at least the third 10 that we have. And 10s, as you know, are about absolute change, transformation. They can represent what is often called a leveling up or some kind of advancement or progress you've made on your journey. The 10 of Jades in particular is about concretizing your highest values, your most significant relationships, recognizing that all that you love, all that you value is in your world and supporting you as you support it. This is sustainable. This is the world that not only you are creating, but you have been working towards for a long time for others as well. This is a microcosm of the macro world that you would like to see come into existence, the world that you know exists at this level already. So you're very clear that no matter how much disastrous change in the world, that there are equally positive and beneficial things in the world that have been created. You're very clear on that, and you have been working through your own healing process to identify those things that support you, to learn how it feels to be supported, to be loved for what you want to pursue, not what someone else wants you to pursue. This is learning to ask for what you want, absolutely, as you're recovering from being given an assignment and dutifully fulfilling it to the best of your abilities. But you are very much working towards identifying your own magical power. And that is the everyday effort we make to improve our lives and ourselves. I'm going to finish this reading, Scorpio, with a talisman oracle. And the cards are meant in and of themselves to be talismans or like good luck charms, right? So I will hold them up for you as I read from the guidebook. And you've pulled the Union card. So let's find out about that. And Union. I found here. This card represents unity, wholeness, and fulfillment. Harmony can arise from forces that can be seen as opposite, yet they are interconnected and they work to complement each other. This card can represent friendship, teamwork, or partnership. It's not essential to master every talent, skill, or knowledge because our unity with like-minded people can bring the best end results. This card teaches us to trust others and their area of expertise. The heavy weight of responsibility can be divided, and the celebration of success is much sweeter when it's shared. Use this card to strengthen the bond in a friendship or partnership. Though rhinos sometimes live in solitude, I guess there's two rhinos facing each other, their heads. They form crashes that are crucial to the group's survival and beneficial to the individual members. Channel the union strength and energy created by envisioning holding hands with your team or standing strong together as an indestructible crash. We are stronger together. This is powerful. If you've enjoyed this content, check out the video above. And until next time, Scorpio, namaste.